age. Like barrels.
I'll make it
I
work.
know, but an actual barrel though, like a nice barrel with.
Very easily.
Hello,
but not
my
like
friends, and welcome to tonight's
proper
episode
barrel.
of Wild Ambition here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. While Matt discusses their barrel preferences, I'm going to discuss a channel... Full-bodied barrel?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
With some curves.
Matthew.
It's
Please.
a barrel!
On this good Christian Minecraft server, Matthew.
No, that's getting shut down this month, at the end of the month.
No.
Our Christian Minecraft server?
Yeah, the Minecraft server I had, I'm shutting it down.
I'm
that's
still
fine.
20 away from finishing my 100 crucifixes.
Aww.
It's taken me a lot of time to find that many creepers and keep them up there without them exploding.
But yeah, so, before we get started, a few announcements. Those are these. These are those. Number 1, we're down Zoe and Cooper for like a month. Zoe for 2.
Cooper. Yeah.
Zoe for
Cooper's
2,
dealing
Cooper for a
with
month.
Halloween horror nights. If you happen to going to see Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Hollywood, and you've got something to complain about it to Cooper, or don't.
The scare
Maybe
actors
just
are
make
too
their lives a
scary.
little
My
bit easier and
my
don't.
child was scared.
What do you
Tell
mean?
him, ask him where they keep all the good rocks, and he'll know who sent you.
My child saw
Yes, that's right.
one of the performers swing their hips in a manner that I found offensive.
That's
I
right.
hope they didn't go to Knott's Berry Farm. Have you seen their Halloween show? Good lord.
You want to know something kind of funny, though? Like, Cam works Horror Nights, too. He works at one of the mazes. He scared a dude so hard, he dropped his kid.
Oh, no.
It was like a toddler, like a 4-year-old.
Oh, that guy's going to have a long look in the mirror later.
Yeah. I'm like, A, why did you bring your 4-year-old to Horror Nights in the first place? B, that's hilarious.
You know, I'm just happy that I'm going to be in town during...
Baby Bjorn.
I'm just happy that I'm going to be in town during Grinchmas. And that will be nice.
I almost auditioned for Grinchmas.
Dude, apparently it's so hard to get in.
I could see you being a Who.
Yeah, but Shy, I think, would make such a good little Whovian.
Yeah.
What? I'd be. What is it? Lindy? Not Lindy Lou Who. That's really racist.
Cindy.
We were starting off spicy.
We're starting off spicy tonight. I mean, to be fair though, chat, Shy couldn't necessarily be what a Whovian. Does she even know what a Dalek is? Anyway.
A what?
A Dalek.
What?
A what?
A Dalek.
A what?
Dalek.
There's no R in there, Will.
Stop putting R's in things where there ain't supposed to be no R.
Yeah, we're starting off on a real good night. You don't
know
even understand the vibes. Immaculate.
You know,
Are you
Matt,
just-
I was going to get you that Weeping Angel secret lair as like a surprise gift. For your angel deck.
Why? Clearly you're a fake fan of Doctor Who.
What's an angel day?
Deck. I wanted to make an entire magic deck just composed entirely of angels.
Matt, chat, I can't even read
A lot of the art is really nice for angels.
I can't even read the last word in that. Jesus, my brain is not working today. There we go.
You did it last? No,
I did it.
Will, I was so proud of you.
I'm dead on the inside.
I learned something that night.
happy.
Facsimile.
So did I.
I'm dead on the inside. It's great.
For
But
a second, I regretted saying it, and then Mark told me that it was like the shortened version. That's where the word fax came from, and I love etymology of words, so I was actually very glad that I was loudly incorrect because I got to learn something, and I love that.
Isn't McKenna
You're
great?
a heckin' nerd.
I
And
am.
yet-
Thank you. Look at what we're doing here, my love.
And yet,
We're playing Pathfinder.
and yet you doubted me, McKenna, when I brought the truth to the chat about the expression, "You've got another think coming."
I hate that still.
Another thing.
I hate that
Hate
still.
as much as you want. I'm right.
Things
will
I said to
continue
my
hate it,
coworker
thank
today.
you.
But
Just like I hate the sun, even though it's still there.
announcements.
Announcement.
Friday night, Astral Calling, D&D 5e, Spelljamming Spectacular. What are we doing this week? Who knows? Well, I know, but
Yeah, I would
I
hope.
hope you know.
It's gonna be freeform, just freeform D&D.
It's going to be
like
jazz. It's going to be jazz. And
It's just one of those acting classes where they tell you to pick an animal and then act like that animal for 2 hours. Oh my
a
God.
human.
If I
No.
mispronounce it, and then we'll later retcon my pronunciation of jazz.
I like
Stars.
jazz.
Stars.
It's actually jazz.
Oh,
I like
oh,
jazz.
so speaking of things that sound like jazz, So who here knows? This is so stupid.
This
Who
is
here
so off
knows?
topic.
Yes, it is. It's very off topic.
Okay.
Who here knows what the type of music that was played in the cantina in the original Star Wars?
That's what I was
Jizz.
It used to be
referencing.
called Jizz,
Yeah.
and now it's Jats.
That was
With a
the
Z.
joke I was making.
Look what they took
I
from
like
us.
Jizz better.
They took our Jizz from.
Somebody
Clip
clip that.
Somebody clip that.
Somebody
Going on-
clip
it's
that.
going on
That's the
Abby's
only
TikTok
time you'll
later
ever hear
tonight.
me say that.
It's
all
great
the
because
time.
it sounds weird out of context, but it also asks a question. What is she referring to when she says I prefer Jizz better?
Star Wars, baby.
Once
The
again,
only context I would ever say that.
Somebody click that out of content for Matt as well, please. Thank you. Now, Saturday, no show this week. I'm doing a corn maze with my partner.
Nice.
Yeah.
You can say that
Children
on
of the
stream.
corn.
There's apparently going to be like scary parts to this corn maze, so I'm not looking forward to it. But
Aww. She's going
I
to become
like
very
scary.
well acquainted with your upper register.
Aw.
Actually, I've heard Will being startled on stream a few times. It's not very high pitched.
more
It's
often
just
than
volume.
you think.
It's like, ah!
It's
Well,
a wee
I
fright.
remember when we were playing Forest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm remembering.
I do miss that co-op stream. That was fun.
We gotta
I'm-
play the new one, the sequel.
Yeah,
I,
Will, you gotta play the new
Forest.
one.
if
the
we
sequel.
if we do that, Shy, I have one request. Then we do one stream with the two of us playing Bread and Fred together.
Oh God. Okay.
Because I think that'd be amazing. It'd be like playing the game with McKenna. It'd be hilarious to me.
I want to play that game where everybody's like linked together with a rope and everybody's like a little different color person.
Oh yeah, we could do that one as a group. That could be fun. With
That
the
sounds
whole
so
team.
infuriating.
Enjoy a friendship.
Tabletop rules.
I enjoy my friendship too much with all of you to play that game. I get too competitive.
My offer still stands, Sue Will. I will sponsor stream if you play Amnesia the Bunker.
I would rather do that with you, like us both on the camera together and doing it like on
Me
like
just side-eyeing you
I would
the
pull
entire
I would
time.
pull a couch into my room here and we'd like sit
Aw.
on a couch and do like couch co-op. Like you could have popcorn, I could hit the popcorn out of your hand and send it flying all over the place. It'd be great. But
That's how you get ants.
Did you say popcorn?
oh,
Sure did.
I
And
don't
was gonna let it slide.
I don't want ants in my house. That's why I'm no contact. Anyway, continuing on Sunday, Sunhaven Sunday. Emily
Okay.
and Will, just the two of us, playing Sunhaven. Sarah is busy, and yeah, we're going to keep playing Sunhaven. We might jump into something like just with the two of us, like a different co-op two-player game. I might do It Takes Two with Emily, just because
Oh, fun.
I think that'd be fun.
I've been replaced.
Co-op
No
can
one
be
could
with
ever
many
replace
people.
you, Shy.
Took 'em
If
long
it makes you
enough.
feel better, Shy, I'm never an option in the first place. So
Damn.
Co-op has many hands.
I don't think Abby would ever want to play co-op games like that. I don't think Abby. I don't think you would have interest in it. If you have interest, I'm down. We should.
I don't know if I have interest or not. I've never been asked. I've been
Abby,
asked
do
to
you
play
want
Among Us, to
do
be
you
fair.
want do you want to do co-op stuff together at some point? It could be fun.
I'm actually busy, but thanks for asking.
There you go.
No,
Ah,
actually, yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun.
You know, as an actor, I'm
okay,
used to
the
rejection.
switch.
As an actor, I'm used to rejection.
I think even if you weren't an actor, you'd be...
No, as an average man, I'm used to rejection.
Guys, we are on fire.
We are on fire tonight.
We are
Monday,
Fire
Strength of
tonight.
Thousands Adventure Path. If you want to see an average man, go look at
Watch
Ibra.
us dunk on Will some more come Monday.
The Zoom is on fire.
It's McKenna's favorite pastime.
Oh, it's not even. I'm just good at it.
I'm just good at it. Is it a hobby if I'm good at it?
I don't know.
Yes.
Gotta monetize. Gotta monetize
I
your
know,
hobby.
I know.
No, don't give in to the capitalism.
Tuesday.
I hate it.
Why do you think I stream? Tuesday, Starfield, Space Pirate Alessandra, now Corporate Spy Alessandra.
Oh.
Plot twist.
That's
We're
that
we're
bookcase.
breaking into the corporation that hired us.
Ooh.
That's fun. That's unique.
And unlike my original playthrough where I was playing by myself, I have lockpicking skills to get into the CEO's office during this mission now. So I'm going to go break into her office and see what's in there. I'm curious.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Also, fun fact about this company in Starfield, McKenna. Literally all the people in power, women. Like, literally every single major NPC that you're dealing with. It's great.
I mean, men are too emotionally unstable to be high-ranking CEOs.
True. Speaking of emotionally unstable, tonight you're watching Wild Ambition. It's our Pathfinder 2e Wild West adventure. And why are you watching it? Well, because of the paragons of ability and coolness here. We have playing the always lovely, always very, very happy to be staring at the sun, Darla.
Okay.
Shy. How you doing tonight, Shy?
Dead.
Yeah.
Staring at the big sun in the sky.
Oh yeah, I killed you.
Yeah.
Oopsie whoopsie.
The person responsible. The person responsible for killing the most characters on this channel. We have Matt playing Lorgar.
And this is why, for the Baldur's Gate stream, I'm going to be doing a little punishment every time something like this happens. I don't know what it is yet, but...
I actually think this is like Final Destination for that time that Matt let us all live in Strength of Thousands when we absolutely should have TPK'd.
I guess, yeah, Shy was still in that campaign at that point.
Yeah.
When that gets brought up. Just this voice in my head, you should have killed them. You should have killed
I'm
them.
so grateful you didn't.
I'm too, because I don't... This is the horrible balance of being a DM. You want danger because you want excitement, but you don't also actually want to kill all the players because then you might end the campaign and it means, you know, the real treasure was the friends they made along the way or something.
Real treasure was
like
the
that.
friends we killed along the way.
Some Pathfinder Society GMs I know would disagree with that ethos.
I think it's a matter of like, in that specific scenario, we were trying to be strategic, and I think you did not want to kill the part of us that wanted to be creative with this game.
Also, bleeding encounters in a dungeon that's just a series of caves is very easy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we're not playing that game tonight.
We're not playing that game tonight. We're introducing everyone, and speaking of people who enjoy dunking on Igora, we have McKenna playing Dee Dee. How are you doing tonight, McKenna?
Playing who?
Honey Madam. Fuck my life. I'm alive.
I can play Dee Dee.
Honey Madeline.
Well!
My money.
I take back everything I stated. I'm excited for tonight's game. I'm excited to see where this takes us.
I'm playing Miss Honey Madeline, our resident gunslinger, who's currently very sad to have lost the only person in the party that she kind of liked, who she's not related to. And also doesn't heal her. She just liked Darla for Darla. Dee Dee and Lorgar she likes because they heal her and Christine. Darla, she just had a soft spot for her, and now she's dead.
I'm a little concerned about what everyone's feelings on Lorgar are now, but we'll get into that.
I'm sure we will. I think we did Abby first. Did we not do? If not, we'll do Abby again. Everyone's favorite TikTok extraordinaire with a mountain of stuffed animals behind them. We have Abby of Abby's World's the Stage fame and hopefully one day fortune.
I hope to.
One can only dream.
Honestly, I wish fortune and good tidings upon all of our chat and all of our players.
Thank you.
Y'all,
That would definitely help with my shopping addiction.
listen, there are people in this world who I think deserve to be successful just because they are kind and good people, and most of the people I have on these streams, unlike me, fall into that category. But
we're heathens, internet. Heathens.
I'll have you know I'm a heretic, thank you very much, and I worked hard to earn that title. Don't make me move my camera so you can see my giant display case of Chaos Space Marine miniatures.
no, we can still see the
your body
polyfill pillow.
Matt.
I waited a long time for that and it arrived on the day I got my first COVID shot.
Actually, you want to know something funny? The newest stuffed animal I acquired today, and it's a little baby Baphomet.
Aww.
Oh, that's cute.
Now hold on, Final Fantasy Baphomet or like Hail Satan Baphomet?
Hail
Well,
Satan.
I've been pronouncing that name wrong for years too. Cool.
The big
How? I want to
B.
know.
Bahamut.
Actually, I think I've heard that one too, so it's an ancient word. Who knows how
Yeah.
the hell it's actually pronounced?
Either way, before we drive fully into madness, I'm going to roll the intro, and then we'll get started.
We
What?
forgot Matt.
Did I not do Matt? I thought I did Matt.
I talked so much it's
Yes,
We
easy to
talked
forget.
about
did.
we did the person responsible for, and then we talked about the map being Final Destination.
Oh my god.
Oh wait, yes.
Yeah,
It just was so long ago because we've been talking so
we've been
much.
talking for a very long time.
And I have a short
I
memory
have
because I'm old.
short-term memory loss.
Listen, we're all not the most stable this evening, but it'll be fine. Let's
We're
roll
not-
that intro.
Always the most stable period.
Last time on Wild Ambition, our party with Candor, the League of Amazing Adventurers Ranger, undertook a mission to rescue hostages from a train robbery that had occurred. Following the bandits to a cave, our party was surprisingly successful at dealing with the welcoming party. They were able to take them out without much effort and had a pretty good fight. However, after that, they were a little bit less lucky as they moved into a larger room that acted as a bit of a choke point where some turrets had been set up, as well as an automaton that was throwing barrels of black powder. Darla, being Darla, enthusiastically ran into the room, and Lorgar enthusiastically lit the barrels of black powder and caused them to explode, destroying all the enemies in the room and killing Darla.
Invoke the image of Roy Mustang, Matthew. You leave him out of this.
I love dogs. Or tiny mini skirts.
No! No!
Yeah.
It's fine. It's at
so
least
weird.
it's better than the boba tea shop that has Maze Hughes boba, where they shove the straw right through him.
Wow.
That's a thing in Winnipeg that you can get.
Winnipeg? Oh
Yeah.
God.
It's also one for One Piece, but I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But after that, our party took stock of what was going on and moved a little bit deeper into the cave, the hideout, where they discovered 3 figures from Darla's past. After one of them referred to Darla as dead weight, Honey took offense to this and promptly murdered them, discovering that they were in fact doppelgangers. After a fight with these doppelgangers, our party kind of stopped and began to breathe for a moment, and that's where we left off last time, unless I'm incorrect.
I believe we did leave off with Lorgar saying, "Wait, I have an idea. Bring me their bones."
Yes.
Oh.
And
Bones.
I think the only thing I'm going to do, just in case y'all decide to continue going through here, is I'm going to make that available to Shy. But that's where we're picking up.
Yeah.
There are dead doppelgangers on the
Moopsie.
ground. Kander just kind of says, haven't seen those since the war.
Seen what? What are they?
They're doppelgangers. Using the war to gather information. Basically scouts without a job.
I mean, to be fair, if they are shape changing, you might have actually seen them many times since the war and just been unaware.
That is fucking terrifying, Lorgar.
Yep.
Will, do I know anything about doppelgangers?
You can make me a... This is a good question, actually. Give me a second. I have to think about this. Yes, honey, you would. You would know that doppelgangers are very good at basically acquiring information about targets. They can basically create like carbon copies of people's memories and things. And you're familiar with a tactic that someone in your past once used where they would find people who were sleeping in the wilds or sleeping in like inns after being passed out drunk, and they would have doppelgangers go and take their memories so they could learn how to best make this person interested in their cause.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right.
So, uh, do we want to keep going, or do we want to maybe try and see if we can well, I'm not gonna dance around this particular campfire. Do we want to try and bring Darla back?
Well, of course, but we need the what was it? The black onyx? You said?
Yeah, we're gonna need, I think, something like, oh, Lorgar starts doing like math in his head. We are gonna need something akin to 300 gold pieces worth of black onyx. Lorgar just starts scanning the walls of this mine for anything black and shiny.
It's more of just like a cave that's been kind of dug out some.
Well, that's particularly unhelpful.
Yeah.
Did we search this little camp for anything of interest?
There's not really much. Unfortunately, the doppelgangers, like their possessions, just kind of turn into goo with the doppelgangers when they pass. So there's 3 tents in here.
Curse them and their Spartan lifestyle.
Lord Girl, what did you say you needed their bones for?
Well, again, I'm not going to dance around this. This ritual does involve, you know, undead magics and the like, and so bones, especially of recently deceased creatures, might potentially be infused with some sort of, I suppose, death magic of some kind, or something akin to that, or just the residue of fresh death that I thought might be conducive to the ritual, as unpleasant and unpalatable as that prospect may be.
Lorgar, I appreciate and respect you. I don't think I can go around collecting people's bones. I just don't
Well,
think I have
I'll do it myself then. Lorgar literally starts
I'll help.
scooping up bones and the like.
I start gathering bones.
Kander, are you sure you don't have anything useful for a situation like this?
I don't care. If I die, I die.
I'm not talking about you dying. I'm talking about someone in your cohort dying.
To be honest with you, I normally work alone.
Yeah.
Bounty hunting is usually a solo track. This is more of a this is out of my wheelhouse. That's why I got a posse together.
A thought occurs.
Listen, if there's just one person, I can get up on a hill, wait for them to walk outside, and shoot them in the head and call it a day. Can't do it here.
Let me ask you this, Kander. These bandits, these unpleasant types we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
Were they aiming to steal cargo from a train, or have they already done that?
I don't know. It's the first time I've ever seen them. They seem to be a new bandit posse.
I'm just trying to think. They might have, if they have they may have loot farther in that might be useful to our enterprise.
There might be. There was a fair amount of valuables on that train. There was a solid gold train spike that they were going to drive in. It's the last spike. I know they took that.
Well, okay, that's what I was saying. They may have taken some valuables from the train then, which might include, if we're lucky, enough black onyx, or I don't know, something similar. Lorgar is getting a tad desperate, and he's going to ignore the fact that he knows that the ritual specifically asks for black onyx, and who knows, he might find something he thinks might work.
I mean, don't you suppose if it was just regular onyx, it would work the same?
I mean, I would be willing to try. I do.
Could you
again,
dye it black?
Yeah. Or just rub some charcoal on it.
I mean, we got plenty of that.
Honey.
In fact, Darla might be able to provide some of that herself.
Honey, Lorgar, and Dee Dee, can all of you make me perception checks?
Oh,
I
boy.
can certainly try.
I feel like I should open my character sheet for that.
This is perception
27.
for insight. 29.
Come on. Load. Load. Wait, perception or insight? What did you say?
Perception. Perception
I
for
thought so.
insight.
Come
Get a
on.
read on Candor.
Hey.
You can all tell Candor seems to be holding something back.
Hey. What you holding back,
spit
Candor?
it out.
I might have something that can help out a little bit. It's an old family heirloom as such that I carry around, but well, my grandfather told me that if I ever did have to use it, it may be more of a curse than a boon.
I feel
Can
like that.
elaborate?
Yeah, that needs some elaboration there.
That's all I've ever been told. And he just pulls out this, like, he goes into his bag and he pulls out this, like, very small top hat that has, like, these, like, 3 feathers on it.
Oh, I feel like I have a feeling what this might be connected to.
It's the black hat.
Well, no, I was thinking of there's a god in the Milwaukee Expanse, I think, who's something sort of like
Oh,
this.
no.
Okay. No.
I don't know if I want to be messing with
This is
no
not
family
Milwaukee Expanse.
heirlooms, especially if you actually got along with your family.
Well,
you know, that's a rare
it
thing.
was gifted to us by one of the founders of Corvangeline.
Right. So they didn't tell you what it did, just to use it in emergency?
They said if I ever need a favor or need help, I can call on this person for it.
So it is Mercedes.
A favor, you say?
A favor or help.
Well, I always
guess
trust people
McKenna-
who are.
I guess you could call it your equivalent of Mercedes.
Huh?
You could call it your equivalent to Mercedes.
I'm just gonna sail right past that.
How I feel about that, because I feel like your take on Mercedes is not going to be nuanced.
Ooh.
No, I said your equivalent of that character.
My equivalent
Yeah.
of that character.
So even hotter.
I mean, in my opinion.
Interesting.
Well, I suppose also we need to answer the question: are we going to finish taking care of any possible unpleasantness in this here cave before we attempt this? Because if it's anything like the previous one, it will take quite a bit of time, a full day, and we cannot be interrupted.
Carla's body ain't getting any fresher, that's all I'm saying.
We could always leave the cave and come back. If they have hostages that they want to keep, they'll keep them alive.
I mean, I would prefer to try and get Darla back up on her feet. All right, let's maybe go outside somewhere and find a secluded spot. I suppose a few of us could probably do to rest up,
Well,
unless anyone has any objections.
maybe Christine can take watch over whatever happens.
Well, I might need a little bit of help from Christine as well. I think she might be the only one who can lend me a hand with some religious know-how.
Unless Candor has religious know-how.
Candor is trained in many skills, including, but not limited to...
Are any of them religion?
Stealth, survival, nature, and athletics.
So
And
no.
acrobatics.
That was
A
such
no
a
would have
long
sufficed.
way to say no.
Yeah. Took a detour through the canyon before arriving at the point. But yeah, so Will, I'm gonna try and do the same thing I did last time. I don't know necessarily if well, actually, hold. Oh yeah, we're gonna try and use the hat, I guess, as the catalyst rather than the black onyx. But
Well, like I said, the hat can call in a favor. That's what I'm saying.
you know what? That's fair. I feel I made a grave error here. I acted without thinking.
Grave error.
I did not mean to make that particular play on words, but I shall accept it as the dawn is accepted upon the plains.
I can't believe you joke about that at a time like this. Shame on you, Lorgar.
Do I seem like the kind who
was...
makes jokes frequently?
That was pretty cold-blooded.
No, but you picked a hell of a time to start.
Now that's offensive. Candor. So you know what? I will try to invoke this favor, and if there are any further consequences, that will be my burden to bear, because that's only fair in this situation.
Let's say...
Careful.
I feel bad, because I am partially responsible for Darla's passing.
I don't see how.
Well, I brought you all here, so...
This
is sort of one of those. This is one of those situations where I do feel tangentially guilty.
Well, what are you proposing?
I don't know what's going to happen when we use this, and he just puts the hat in front of Lorgar. Who knows? Like I said, all I know is given to my grandfather by one of the founders of Corvangeline.
How big is the hat?
It's like a little accessory-sized hat. It's like one of those small hats.
My question is just for the visual of it all. Could I do the stage rendition thing where I hope for 300 gold worth of black onyx or the equivalent, and I reach in it to looking for a magician's rabbit.
As you're holding the hat and you say that, smoke begins to fall out of it.
Ooh. That was potentially a good sign.
Just black smoke kind of fills up the area all around you, draining the color and draining every piece of vibrance away from the land around you.
Oh, they done stole the saturation.
The hat starts to shake violently.
I try and hold on to it with both hands.
Make me a athletics check, Lorgar.
Make the druid make an athletics check. 6.
The hat violently pops out of your hands and just goes to float in front of Lorgar about human size away from you, and then the smoke begins to correlate and coalesce, and you begin to see a humanoid form forming there. The first thing to form are the legs. They have these very expensive looking boots on, and as it forms up they have this incredibly expensive looking tailcoat. And then eventually you see what appears to be some sort of elven gentleman in front of you.
Oh, no.
So much worse than Mercedes.
Just kind of looking around. I did say your equivalent of...
It's not
That is a conversation for later. That is a conversation for later.
Oh dear. I'm back.
Yep, and now you owe us for bringing you back.
I mean, I suppose. Hello there. Pleasure to meet you all.
That remains to be seen, but we can hope.
They just kind of hold out their hand towards you, Lorgar. You may call me Aranari.
Sure. Pleasure to meet you, Arinari. I'm sorry to be both frank and brief with you, but we are in a bit of a pickle, and we are hoping to secure your aid in a timely manner. If that requires some sort of favor, we are amenable to that, but we have a specific purpose in mind that we need assistance with.
What do you need? I'm more than happy to help. I help people now.
I'm glad to hear that. Not that I have a frame of reference. We are attempting to enact a ritual to return one of our comrades from the recently deceased state they have been unfortunately entered into. Um, I know the ritual that I am hoping to achieve. I unfortunately am currently without the necessary components.
Oh, I mean, if
Unless you have a better ritual for us to do.
I mean,
Dear, I am an incredibly powerful... Well... Let's just call myself a sorcerer for now. But I'm more than happy to help out.
in what capacity?
Well, if you need a resurrection done, I can always get them up and running again, so to speak. I'm assuming you don't want that as a sort of undead minion situation, but you'd prefer
Well,
them to
certainly
be
not a minion.
living and breathing and back to themselves if I can.
Yes, that would be, I suppose, the ideal. I know that is a tad more difficult than other such things.
All right. I'm more than happy to help. It's the least I can do. It is also what is required of me with the deal I made with an old friend, so I'm more than happy to do it.
He's an effete genie now.
Now, let's see. You have a friend. I know this is going to be a little bit, gauche of me, but could you produce the corpse?
Where did we put the corpse?
We
put it
we
somewhere.
we swept it into a bag because it was kind of a pile of ashes and maybe some scorched bones.
Yeah.
Sorry, Darla.
Oh dear, that's not going to do at all.
What do you mean it ain't?
Well, it's not to get here, give me a moment. And they just kind of like, oh, let's see. I guess they do owe me a favor. Dearie, could you perhaps, and you just see Arinari looking up to the sky, Dearie, could you perhaps do me a slightest favor? And could you put this one's body back together for me? I'd appreciate it. And then you just see Darla's body start to reconstitute. And then
Who is he
there's her
asking?
body.
I must know.
Make a religion check or arcana check to gauge the energy around you.
Oh, I'm bad at both. I'm so bad at both.
That's enough.
Oh, that's an 18.
As like the body is reoccurring, you can see the ashes make like a little bit of a Pharasman symbol for a moment.
Oh, interesting.
Thank you, Gwendolyn.
Pharasma? Gwendolyn?
There's a little bit more that happened.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, I hate that.
What happened to my girl? My sweet baby.
My Goyle.
Who knows? A side story, perhaps.
Oh.
But yes. Thank you, dearie. Say hi to the missus.
Which one?
Exactly. Now, let's see. Okay, we have a body. Now we just need a little bit of magical juice to get in there. Oh, she was one of mine. That's a shame. I hope
One of yours?
Yes, I'd hope I made them a little bit more sturdy than this, but it's been a number of years.
What do you mean one of yours?
Fetchling.
You made fetchlings, or did you make a specific subset of fetchlings, or a group?
I made the specific set that began to settle here. They were left
I
over
mean,
from my work as a younger person.
I suppose that is interesting in an academic sense, but not particularly relevant to what we're attempting to accomplish here today.
That's quite
I mean, I guess it
relevant.
means
Is
he'll
it?
be better at putting her back together.
Okay, well, that's
Precisely.
good.
So she'll be back like normal, not like.
I mean, yes, assuming nothing goes wrong, assuming nothing has a hold of her
Ah,
soul, nothing has a hold of her soul. That's really it. That's all I need
What happens if
now.
something goes wrong?
Um, it depends on what goes wrong. It's a magical ritual, you see. Sometimes there could be a little bit of backlash. It might suck someone else's soul into the body, and they might become that person, then leave the other body the way it was. It could perhaps cause the soul to be completely sealed away from the body and unable to re-enter it, in which case a new body would need to be procured. But we could always fetch one from my old lab, and, many options.
Okay, I feel like I missed some important stuff.
Oh,
Arinari's
Arinari's back.
The only person who is excited about this.
I love Aranari. I think he's so cunty.
Ah!
as a real see you next Tuesday personality.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Serving charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent.
Wow. Anywho, so what needs to be done here?
Well, we just need to channel a little bit of arcane energy into her, and then we should be right as rain.
What if we ain't got that?
What?
I mean,
I'm looking at it, and you have some innate magical ability in you, I can see.
I don't know what you're talking about. Regardless, I don't have arcane abilities.
No, arcane, it doesn't need to be arcane, occult, nature, religious, whatever you want to call it. The power to harness the universe and bend it to your will.
I ain't got that.
I did do something similar before, and I kind of just give Salt a little scritch behind the ear.
Oh, do you mind if I pet them?
Considering all that you may be doing for us, I feel that is just fine. Beware, they apparently have already killed 2 people.
Aw.
Yeah.
It's lovely to meet you. They just kind of like pet Salt behind the ear, and Salt purrs a bit.
Which is a kind of terrifying prospect if you think about it.
Well,
How is it purring?
That's terrifying. Anyway, it should be pretty simple. We just need to get in a bit of a circle here. I'll start drawing out the runes. You see Arinari take a stick, like a cane just appearing in their hand, and starts to carve into the ground like a massive circle.
Is he wearing spats? Is he going to start doing a little tap dance?
No.
Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby.
No, that's so last season. It's all about modern nowadays.
All about what?
Careful, don't scratch the 4th wall there.
Oh, yeah, you see Arinari just eventually finishing up.
Eventually.
Alright, so we should be ready to go now. If you do have any sort of spell casting ability, you can help out with this. If you don't, and that's fine. If you think really... Evandale, thank you for the raid. If you think
Thanks for the raid. We're trying to resurrect the dead.
If you think very,
As you
very
do.
hard, I do know of a number of people. Well, actually, and just kind of looks in.
I lean over to Honey do you
here
feel
you
like
go.
we're only in half this conversation?
For you, and he hands you what appears to be a very, very solid crystal.
Lorgar, I'm assuming?
No, hands it to Honey.
Oh. What am I
Lorgar
supposed to
looks at that with interest.
Oh, it is a hard piece of crystal. It looks like it's been broken off of something. It looks like it was just snapped off.
Will.
What am I meant to do with this?
You can use it as a lovely little bit of a focus. It should allow you to, even though without latent magic ability, perhaps entreat the dead.
Will,
to return.
as that's being handed over,
Yes.
can I make a crafting check with my specialty in stone crafting to really get a sense of that stone?
Yeah, go for it.
You know who this is from.
Oh god, I just do now, but I was thinking of something else.
That is
How solid is it?
It's a very solid crystal. It looks like the type of crystal that could withstand a fair amount of physical abuse.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah. But yes, this should allow you some ability to entreat the dead. Let's see. You seem like a very charismatic person.
Who, me?
Yes.
Who's me?
Oh, you're
Then
too
who?
kind. Charismatic.
Perhaps you could channel some of that ability. It is a one-use item. It will dissolve afterwards, but don't worry. There are many more where it came from. I would say it grows on trees, but it doesn't quite grow on trees.
Where would you find, well, I suppose not the trees, but where would you find that sort of thing? That seems...
Oh, I think they're underground at this point. I don't know. It's been a long time.
The blood of Garl has gone global.
Poor
Well,
Carl.
I'm gonna file that away for future.
Alright,
you need...
I guess I will channel my charisma.
Yes.
My charismatic nature.
Do you need me to hold anything?
I mean, you have a magical ability, don't you?
I do.
Use that.
Okay.
This was more to make your friend feel included and have them help.
Lorgar is gonna sit down and he's gonna just put his spear staff on his lap, and he's just gonna be, like the meditating pose.
Alright, so I'm going to be the primary, if that's alright with you all, unless you want to take that lead role. Lizard man?
I'm just gonna let that slide. I feel like you are perhaps a tad more powerful than I, so I do not mind assisting, though I don't know what the secondary checks are going to be.
I just need you to channel arcane, nature, occult, or religious energy into them.
So,
or entreat them.
Arcana or nature checks?
Arcana, nature, religion, occultism, deception.
Well, I can do nature, though. I should ask, are we? I can never remember this. Are we allowed to know the DCs ahead of time? Like, what are we aiming for?
You technically don't know the ritual, so you're participating as a secondary caster.
Okay.
So you wouldn't know the DCs. But
well, then I guess I'll have to go with nature then, because it is slightly better than my arcane.
If you are just trying to channel energy into something, it's a pretty easy task to get a hold of.
Well, the only reason I ask is because I do have assurance in Arcana, so I could automatically get an 18. But
it's up to you.
It's kind of easy. Then you know what? Yeah, I will use Assurance Arcana to get a automatic 18 when the time comes.
All right. Well then, let's get this little ritual started, shall we?
Out of curiosity, though.
All right, let's begin
with
a little bit
of mood
lighting. And Arinari just kind of taps their staff onto the ground, and you can see these dancing balls of light begin to appear in the skies around you, and they're kind of just floating around the circle, moving.
Inner cantrips.
Alright, well, let's begin. I'll need you all to start channeling the energies toot sweet, and then I can get things started once you've done that. What, McKenna? Can't hear you.
I said he said toot.
Oh, yes. Charming. Alright, let's get started, shall we? So, who would like to roll their secondary check first?
I will. Just kidding.
What were the options again? Just
Arcana, religion, nature, occultism, deception.
Rolled an 18 for deception, and
all right.
Hopefully that's enough.
As you start to kind of channel that just raw charisma into that crystal, you can see it producing this sort of purple flame, and you can see this purple flame begin to float above this elven creature's head. It just kind of wisp around like a little bit of a ball.
Did I do it right?
Yes, it looks like you did. Good job.
And I also get an 18 because I use my assurance for Arcana for an 18.
A little bit of arcane energy goes into that wisp and it makes it bigger. Slightly bigger. It's now like, it used to be the size of a like ping pong ball. Now it's like the size of a baseball.
I'm gonna try for some nature.
18.
Oh,
Hey, look
wow,
at that.
A little
18s
bit of
across the
energy
board.
gets pulled up into it. It gets a little bit bigger. Now it's about the size of a bowling ball.
Well, I'll be.
I mean, if you want to roll religion for Christine, you are welcome to, but
Sure. I will roll religion for Christine. Where is religion? I can do things. I'm good at this. Boop. 16. Also still a success. Christine sends a little bit of her reverence for her sister into the power. And yeah, now it's about the size of a head. And then Arnari just like takes their finger, pokes the bottom of it, puts it down right in front of Darla. All right, friend, if you could go fetch the soul from the afterlife for me, I'd be very appreciated. And then this wisp just kind of like goes into itself and shoots straight up into like in a straight beam of light. All right, should be a few moments now. So
what do we do?
oh, we just wait. I mean, it takes time. He has to go to the afterlife, find the soul, deal with the bureaucracy. Ooh, hopefully he doesn't have to get around death.
Bureaucracy.
Yes, bureaucracy. There's always bureaucracy.
Why is there bureaucracy?
Well, you know,
Dead?
Yeah, I mean, there's an afterlife, though. You go to places when you die. There's a sort of celestial sorting system. It's a bunch of doors.
So how'd you get into this line of work?
I had a mentor who showed me the way.
What mentor?
Oh, just a lovely princess.
Princess?
Yes, an old princess would be the best way to describe her.
I can't think of anywhere that still has princesses.
It was a very long time ago. I'm very old.
You look great.
Thank you.
Damn it. Yeah, I was thinking it too.
Lichdom is hard to achieve, but once you get there, you get there.
Hey, you got there.
You're not turning Darla into no lich, are
Oh,
you?
goodness gracious, no.
Could you imagine Lich Darla?
That'd be so sick.
I mean, would it be that different, really?
I mean,
It all
I
goes
don't know.
wrong, and you bring back Lich Ray.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
I shall punch children eternal.
Did this from somewhere up on high is like, fuck, God.
Actually, if Ray gained enough levels in Monk, she could still be alive.
Oh, God. I mean, she did. She was level 20 by the end of it.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
So was Ray just out here kicking it?
A few moments pass, and the wisp returns, and it's just kind of floating above it. Oh, that's a shame.
Uh-oh.
What's a shame? Why is it a shame?
There may be an additional step to this little ritual.
Well, what is it?
We might have to go get the soul ourselves.
What's wrong?
To put it quite frankly, are you familiar with the premise of reincarnation?
Sort of.
Yeah, so imagine that, except with your past lives being able to have a hold on your current one sometimes, and maybe not wanting to let this one go.
Have I had past lives?
I don't know.
Tell?
I mean, you would have to die. We'd have to try to go grab your soul, and they'd have to be particularly, grabby.
That sounds like an awful lot of work.
It is. I don't want to kill people. I got so bored of that.
Anyway, so we have to go. What?
Well, we need to go collect the soul, Probably from some demi-plane in the afterlife, or maybe a minor plane or a major plane. For all we know, she could be with the Serenites. Yes, they worship the sun.
Lorgar
You
turns.
know, that does sound good for Darla, not in general, but
Lorgar turns to the group. I'm just gonna say that I'm willing to see this to the end because obviously
because it's
I'm
your
not gonna.
fault.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
I'm not gonna say I feel responsible because I am responsible. I
Correct.
would certainly welcome help, but I cannot ask you to do this in good conscience because this
I'm
is a
not gonna
risk.
send you down there alone, Lorgar. What if you blow her up a second time?
I mean, that wouldn't affect you.
Well, what's that supposed to mean?
Oh boy.
I'm just saying I'm willing to take the risk, but if things go horse's rear end up, um, I'm the only one that may suffer the consequences, and I can understand why you would not want to risk yourselves to fix my mistake.
You're fixing your mistake. I'm here for Darla.
All right.
She sort of looks at Arinari sideways and goes,
The only way to look at him.
Yeah, honestly.
I mean, it's my best angle.
Oh, God. So, what? You're gonna bring us down there?
No, I mean, it's not really in downward direction. The premise of sort of the afterlife is, it's not down or up. It's sort of tangentially. Imagine it layered over.
You are avoiding the point.
I'm going to take you over to the other side, as some might call it.
Just
Through the
Do you
veil.
have friends on the
On the other side.
Not that I know of, although there may be a very angry ex. Who knows? Anyway.
Oh. Oh. I'm so sad Cooper's not here. Well, are there side effects
I
of
mean,
being a living person in a world of non-living people?
well, I mean, we would need to leave someone here to protect the bodies.
Oh, so we're not gonna be.
No, it's going to be a sort of up, and he pulls out this like, what looks to be, you see like this like little, candy, like dispenser, but on the top of it there's this like owl.
What did they do to my boy?
I tried to give this as a gift to someone who I wronged many times, but they didn't take it. So I've had to find another use for it.
What is it?
Oh, it will separate your souls from your body and allow you to accompany me. And it tastes
You
like
thought that'd
lemon.
be a good gift for someone?
Well, no, not the candy inside of it, but I thought the candy container would be nice. Like, let me ask you this: if you had a pet that looked like this, would you not want like a candy container that like the pet could dispense candy to you? I thought it was very cute.
I'm not a big fan of birds,
Oh.
honestly. Anyway, well, I guess if Christine would stay behind, I'd do it. But no one else. I don't want anyone else watch me when I'm dead.
Candace is like, so do you want me to come along?
I don't know.
I'm pretty good at garden too, so I can hang out here.
that might make more sense, honestly.
You and Christine, then.
Yeah, the two of us. I think that's a good pair.
I do have to ask, in this we go on this journey, will we have all our abilities, our weapons with us?
I mean, you should have your weapons and things. You know, there's a certain amount of earthly possession that gets transported with you when you cross over, so to speak.
All right.
So, all right. I mean, I guess we can walk and talk, but I have a lot of questions.
I mean, shoot, to be entirely honest with you, I know I'm a sketchy ass motherfucker. So I understand any sort of trepidation you may have.
I don't have to enjoy it
It
so
can't be
much.
worse than my ex.
One day that's going to be a
It's real
conversation.
bad. He took her Crocs.
Oh dear. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have brought it up. I'm real sorry, Dee.
The
Were they-
lefty and righty.
Are you talking about the shoes or the pet animals?
Oh, I can't talk about it.
Oh dear.
Animals, they're not shoes. Don't be rude.
No, there's a shoe anyway.
So, there's not gonna be any problems getting ourselves back in our
No,
selves?
as long as your spirit doesn't dissipate on the other side, you should be fine.
Well, it would cause it to dissipate on the other side,
Well, the same thing that would cause it to dissipate on this side.
which is what?
Death.
Ah,
Oh.
So if you die in the afterlife, you get reincarnated.
So,
Or your soul becomes completely oblivious. It depends on how good of a person you were. There's a whole system for it. It's why I'm very afraid to go there, because I know exactly what will happen to me. Trying to make up for lost time.
what do you mean?
Well, I mean, like, if I were to go to the afterlife, my soul would be torn apart and released as energy into the universe, because I have done a lot of terrible things.
We all make mistakes.
Thank
That's all
you.
what happens to people who do bad things? They just stop existing?
I mean, yes. The soul is purified and is dispersed into energy in the universe, and then new souls are formed from it.
And you know this for a fact somehow.
Yes, I worked very hard to figure out how that process worked. It was quite integral to my work.
You know, this is the second time you've mentioned your work.
Yes, at the time I was a bit of a arcane researcher would be the best way to put it.
That does not sound like that's the best way to put that. What does that mean?
I researched the ability of harnessing the energy and power of the soul. Actually, I had a very successful experiment with the help of my mentor, who went on to save the world eventually. It was quite entertaining. Granted, it did, take the entirety of the souls of their family and all those around them at the time to get them there.
I feel like the more information we had, the worse and more concerning this whole prospect becomes.
I am a very bad person. Or was.
You mentioned that.
I turned over
Stop
a new
mentioning
leaf.
it. So are we doing this, or...
Yeehaw.
I suppose so.
All right.
All right, but one thing before we do.
Yes, candy.
Just one thing.
Yes.
I feel like I should just make sure I ask this. What is the one thing on this journey we absolutely should not do? I always feel like this is one thing to ask, like when you go to a new place or like to a weird party or something. There's always going to be some weird little rule or some little thing that the locals know that seems obvious to them but doesn't seem obvious to you, and you always should ask about. What's the one thing we shouldn't do? Is there like a word we shouldn't throw around? Is there like a gesture that is in fact incredibly rude where we're going?
I think the two biggest tips that I have is don't eat anything.
All right, that seems important.
And on our way back, no matter what you hear, don't look back.
Okay, yeah, we're doing the Orpheus thing.
I mean, that is what that is, Will.
Yes, it is, but I like the trope. It's fun.
We need to worry about Darla looking back.
Oh God, we really do. What if
Hold
we put,
on,
like, a
hold on.
blindfold?
Hold on. I rifled through the reconstituted Darla, and you said we can bring certain physical things with us, right?
Yes.
I fish out the blue rock.
I got the blue rock.
All right, you get the blue rock. Make sure you bring that and put it maybe on like a string on a fishing pole.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea.
Like horse blinders for Darla.
Yeah.
That'll do it. That'll do.
Keep her focused forward. I don't know if someone can like project tiny little dancing lights as like a sun or something. We can give her a double whammy.
That'll do it.
Stare
Stick
at the
some
rock
cotton
in
in
the
her
sun.
ears.
Yeah. Or just hold on. Can you knock someone unconscious in this other world? Because that would save a lot of trouble.
I mean, yes, you can knock people unconscious. Would you knock a friend unconscious, though?
This one, yes.
Fair enough.
I mean, I would only
who
want
am
a
I to
friend.
judge?
If I had to pick someone to knock me unconscious, I would prefer it be a friend. Because then they're going to make sure I don't, go forward and like fall into a puddle and drown.
All right. Well, that's fair. You see them basically start handing out the candies. Everyone make me another perception check as they do.
Exceptionally. Ooh.
Honey and Lorgar. Dewdrop, you don't see this, but Honey and Lorgar in the distance on top of the cave that you all just entered into.
Shit.
You can see a figure with this like very long curly hair just going down her back and over her shoulders, and just she's kind of like looking down towards all of you, and you just see her start walking down towards the group. Our Nari knows that, oh, we need to get out of here now. All right, everyone. Death! Everyone eat your candies! And our Nari just pops it.
Well, hold on. I've already eaten the candy. I'm asking this. My concern is we're not actually going anywhere. Our bodies are still going to be here.
As you say that, your bodies fall to the ground, and now you're just kind of standing over them. Like, you see yourself below you.
All right, where we're going? Where we're going?
Literally right through the wisp. Just dive on through.
All right.
Go, go, go!
All right.
Go, go, go.
Yeah.
I make sure everyone goes before me, and then I leap after them.
All right, who jumps in first? Honey jumps in first. Dee Dee and Lorgar, you see this figure running towards the group at this point. It's like, oh shit, go, 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 go.
Has anyone seen that horrible gif from the Flash show where they're like doing the horrible running and they look behind and just go, ah!
The Flash. Imagine being someone who watched The Flash.
I didn't, but I've seen this gif on the internet because out of context it looks so dumb and so cheap.
I have watched it, but against my will.
As I grab my box set of the DVDs of Flash and Arrow. The entire series of both of them. And Supergirl.
I mean, I'm not going to criticize. I own the entire box set of Lucky Star, so.
Yeah. But go. Who's next?
I'll hop on in.
All right, you jump on in. You kind of get swirled up. The figure comes and says, R&R, you can't be taking people to the other. And she just like swings this scythe down an R&R, and you just see them like kind of hold it up with the cane. Go quickly.
I'm going to try one thing that we didn't actually think about or discuss, but I'm going to give it a shot.
Okay.
I'm going to try and grab Salt by the scruff and also jump with them.
As you grab Salt by the scruff and jump through the portal, Salt's physical body stays behind.
Oh god, I ripped their soul out.
If their soul,
they shouldn't have a soul. They're an undead cat.
Their soul is technically Hecate, remember?
And now in the scruff of your hand is this like Dwemer cub, this like old looking Dwemer cub with 3 eyes.
Old looking cat, like.
Yeah, it's an old soul.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
And as you basically jump in through there, it closes behind you, and Lorgar, Dee Dee, Salt, and Honey, you find yourself in a very different space.
I can imagine.
Around you are infinite numbers of doors. Each one with like a light underneath them that you can have shining out. And you can just see people kind of milling about. People are walking between them, opening one, going through it. You see people coming out, going, and moving about as they please. And yeah, what does anyone want to make like any other like closer inspections? Right now it's just like almost infinite doors and a fair amount of people, like a very crowded, like imagine like a Times Square level crowd, a Disneyland park opening level crowd of people just kind of walking in and out through these doors. Not many people are milling about in this area.
Lorgar takes 5 points of discomfort damage.
Yes, I'm looking for wherever. I'm looking for either a large rock collection
Mm.
or a big ol' light?
Make me just a general perception check.
20.
20. Nice. Also, yes, chat. Yes, they did. You don't see anything immediately that falls under those parameters, but you do see what appears to be a desk that just says help or information and help
Ding, ding,
on
ding,
it.
ding.
I'll go to the information desk.
And there is sitting behind it this absolutely odd specimen of a person. It appears to be a elven woman who has also sort of gone through somewhat process of undeath. Their skin is very like tightly attached to their face, and like they are bone thin. Like you can see the bone on the skin. They have this like red hair that's been tied up into like a neat little bun behind their head, and they just kind of look towards you and say, "Welcome to the afterlife. Hello there. My name is Vivian. It is a pleasure to meet you all. I am here to help folks get accustomed to their time here."
Of course, thank you, Vivian. I'm looking for a friend of mine. I was
Right.
hoping you could help me out. She liked rocks and staring at the sun. Her
If
name is Darla.
Perfect, thank you. And she just like reaches into her desk and she pulls out this like Rolodex.
But I don't know what her last name is. Everyone just called her Darla.
Do you think she had a last name?
I don't know.
Well,
You think she knew it if she had one?
Don't be rude. She just died.
No, it's a genuine question.
And yeah, she will begin to sort of like look through this Rolodex, and like as she's looking, like whenever she comes to the end of it, there's more Rolodex. It appears to be like an infinite Rolodex. A time of death might be a little bit helpful. Date and time, if you happen to know it, of course.
I mean, about maybe 30 minutes ago.
Oh, very recently. All right, I can tell. Oh, I'm very sorry for you all, but hey, at least you all made it here together.
Yeah.
Do they think we're also dead?
Oh, you're not dead.
Yes,
I didn't say
technically.
nothing. Who said that? I look at the cat.
Yeah, I'm not paid enough to care.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, I
They
don't
should
get
pay
paid.
you more.
I don't get paid. It's sort of, I do this for the love of it.
Oh, well, that's lovely.
It gives me something to do in the afterlife. You know, some people say, you know, having eternity with the paradise of your choice. Some people would like that. I got bored of it after a few hundred years.
Gotcha. So
So about that friend.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Thank you.
Darla. And they like pull out this like index card that appears to have like a side profile of her. Is this the Darla you're looking for?
Is it our Darla?
Yes. Is a side profile of Darla.
See, I was worried for a second that she might not have been actually named Darla.
Alright, well I can just, and they just kind of like stick it into a machine. It'll take a few minutes to process, but it's going to determine which afterlife they went to. There we go, perfect. And there's like a little
A gold
printout.
did something to do with the sun.
Yes, actually, there is, looks like right here. The sun itself. Yes, Serenites have her. That's where she went initially upon arrival. Don't know if she's still there, but there's a very large sun. If she liked to stare at it, she's probably still staring.
Yeah,
I mean,
that tracks.
in the afterlife, her eyes wouldn't get itchy, so she could stare forever, potentially.
Yes, that's fair. That is very true.
No, technically speaking, it's not actually your eyes that get itchy. Your eyes can't get itchy because your body doesn't want you to scratch your own corneas with your fingernails, so...
If you'd like
where?
directions, I can get you to that door. It's about 5 doors down, 3 doors up, and then 2 more doors to the right.
5 doors down, 2 doors up, and then 2 doors to the left?
To the right.
To the
That's
right.
straight on till morning.
Yes.
So 5 down,
5
3
down.
up, 2 right.
1 moment. She just puts like a little sign on her desk that says "back in 5 minutes."
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's like, I don't want people getting lost in the afterlife. Do you? That seems like it would create a number of needless, although possibly very wacky misadventures.
Eh, maybe another time.
Oh, let's see. Oh, while we're here, is there anyone else? And she just kind of starts walking. Is there anyone else that you all would like to see?
I don't suppose you have estimates on when other people might eat it.
We used to, but then there was this whole incident with there was an incident, and we have no longer have that information.
Damn.
Yeah, so the disgruntled denizen of the afterlife decided to start telling living folks when they were going to be dying, and that caused a number of problems on the material plane.
So it doesn't exist anymore, or it's just
It's
locked
hidden.
up?
It's hidden nowadays.
Because you see, I got this X, and I really want my house back.
Oh, I
And my
hate that.
Crocs.
Well, I mean, to be fair, if they eventually do come here, it sounds like they were an awful person. They might be on one of the punishment levels, and there is an option for souls that have made it here to go down to the punishment levels and torture the ones that wronged them.
Oh, that's fancy.
Yes.
Not bad.
That was implemented some years ago. Very therapeutic, apparently.
So there are punishment levels then.
Yes, there's the paradise levels, the one that you're on right now. There's the punishment levels, that are below us. There's also the therapy levels, and then there's the reincarnation levels.
Well, we were told that reincarnation. Interesting.
Yeah.
Sorry, we were told that the super bad souls, if you were bad, your soul was just destroyed.
Yeah, but that's reserved for people who, murdered 1 million people to become a god of light. Stuff like that.
Wouldn't it be
We love that.
worse to spend an eternity in punishment?
But yes, but the idea of the punishment levels is rehabilitation.
That doesn't sound.
And you have to understand, it's not like, people that killed it's not like people who punched 1 million children go to the punishment levels. They get destroyed, but yeah.
Right, but I mean, you say punishment and you're talking about people going down and hurting the ones that they wrong. That just sounds like torture.
I mean, it's not really torture. It's just...
I mean, call me crazy. It's just if I were in that situation, I think I'd just rather not exist.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, that's an option.
I'm sorry. I don't get it.
It's the afterlife. It's sort of a archaic process. It's been in process for a very long time.
Honey, might I venture a suggestion?
Sure.
If you truly are curious about the inner works in this, you can look forward to getting them all answered to your heart's content one day.
I'd rather know going into it, Lorgar.
I mean, that seems like, maybe stealing some fun from your future self, but you do you.
I mean, my future self would like to know how to avoid getting punished for all eternity.
I mean, just, don't be a dick. Do you yell at service people?
No.
I mean,
Right.
you don't spread horrible gossip and lie about people, right?
Not really.
All right. I mean,
Not really.
You wouldn't go down for that. Let's see. Yelling at service people. Are you terrible to your children if you have children?
I ain't got no children.
All right,
Hold
then
on,
you're
hold
fine
on.
from that one.
Hold on. I feel like this may be setting a unfortunate theological precedent we're talking about here. Like, if you're only going to be good to avoid punishment, that's not really being good then. That's just being obedient.
Yes.
I mean, that's like half of all religions, so...
Yeah.
But I ain't religious.
I mean, there is just sort of a general, judgment. You get to choose, right? You get to pick how you're judged. Each, every single god has, a sort of rules that you can live by if you worship a god. So, if you follow someone like Mugubliet, you have a different set of rules than if you follow someone like Desna. Or Caden.
And what if you didn't follow no one at all?
Well, then, it's determined by your own self-reflection upon gaining here.
That seems a little convenient.
So the person gets to decide themselves whether
The
or not they
person
were good?
the person experiences their life in a sort of third person perspective, and they get to determine that. Imagine experiencing your life through every person you've interacted with.
Interesting. Huh.
Like I said, it's a very archaic system. It doesn't work sometimes, and there's problems with it. But like any other sort of system, there's problems with it that can be solved that just aren't because of bureaucracy.
Gotcha.
I mean, for goodness sake, we only have one Grim Reaper working at any time, so what can you do?
That sounds like a lot of work.
It's exhausting.
Honey's gonna fall back and sort of like as we go start peering through the doors.
Yeah.
She's looking for the afterlife that was told to her as a youngin.
Make me a perception check.
I feel like looking behind the curtain so much like this is not going to be good for anyone.
You don't see any doors. There's a lot of doors. You could always ask her.
I don't think I will. At least not yet.
Alright, but here we go. We got to your door. And people you are all free to effectively roam around. So if this was not to your liking, if you think help desk, you can usually find us pretty quickly. It may not be me working there. It might be one of my many other lovely coworkers. But, you know, do your thing. Enjoy your afterlife. And hopefully you find your friend.
Thank you. Thank you kindly. You've been so nice. I've had so many questions. So,
like I said, I'm more than happy to answer anything. If you need any other directions or looking for any other afterlives, please let me know. Otherwise, I will see you when I see you. Oh, I will say, in this particular one, there's a lovely little cafe that exists. It has some beautiful little tea sandwiches. Absolutely wonderful to have. Highly recommend. And she walks away.
I do recall we were told not to eat anything.
Damn it, you're right. Thank you for reminding me, or I would have devoured those.
I am not going to be responsible for sending any more people to the afterlife anytime soon unless they are trying to kill me.
Understandable.
So I would prefer if we could surgically get in here and get out.
Yes. Assuming that's what Darla wants. And Honey
Oh, Lord, I hadn't thought of that.
Honey doesn't respond and just walks through the door.
As you walk through the door, it is blinding for a moment. It takes
doors.
a minute for your sun. It takes a minute for your eyes to readjust to like the sun here. But in pretty short order, as you know, Darla's only been there for 30 minutes, and when Darla got there, they just kind of stood and started staring at the sun. You can see he's standing about 25 feet in front of you, just kind of staring at the sun, with like this like poor like angel beside her trying to get her attention. Is Darla? It's like, excuse me, I'd like to do your intake if you have a moment. I know it's a very pretty
Darla!
sun. Oh.
Darla!
Wow, it's like I can still hear him.
Darla!
Darla, we brought your rock.
I can hear him.
Yes. Darla, you have all the possessions that your body has on you. So the rock is missing. Because
Darn.
Abby looted it.
Darla looks around and is really confused.
What you looking for, hon?
Did you guys die too?
Sort of, but you gotta be real quiet about it, because we're coming to bring you home.
Yeah, you potentially have only temporarily died, Darla. We're gonna try and fix that so you can find even better rocks.
That angel just kind of looks up, says, "Oh,
I was whispering. It was a stage whisper.
I know. I mean, okay, I guess I don't have to do intake then. Toodaloo," and she just kind of flies off.
These little people with wings are weird.
Yeah, they're kind of nosy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they probably ain't got much else going on in their lives.
Or their own lives.
Afterlives.
To be
Anyway.
fair, it's possible they never died and they've always been here. So did they ever is it their own life or is this just their life?
Then what happens when they... You know what?
Yeah, we don't need to know.
Darla just points up the sky. She goes, "Look how bright."
Yeah, very bright, honey.
It is super bright.
And she goes back staring at it.
I mean, is it better than the sun we have at home?
It's like a 6.
We have a sun at home. The sun at home.
Out of what?
Out of more than 6.
And how would you rate the sun at home?
A 6.
Out of?
More than 6.
So about even then.
Yeah.
How are you liking the rocks here?
I haven't found any.
Well, we got
Oh,
good
that
news
must
for you
be-
then.
That must be a huge downer then.
And I'm missing my rock.
I sort of look at Dee Dee. You hear that? She's missing her rock.
My only rock.
I lean over to Logar. I'm like, do we want to save it for the journey out, kind of like as a surprise, or?
Well, I feel like we need a little impetus to get her in locomotion.
I'll write it then. Well, Darla, when you exploded, I grabbed this little sucker and I hold up the rock.
My rock.
Yeah, make sure it didn't get lost.
Lorgar, for the briefest moment, contemplates clarifying that she didn't explode. Lorgar exploded her, but then it realizes, let's discuss that after we're back in the living world.
Duty, you're such a good friend. Always keeping my things.
Yeah.
So, did you want to come back with us? Or...
Okay.
Yeah?
There it is.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Okay. Sounds good. Bye, Angel Lady. We're gonna head out now. Thank you for your time.
I think someone
Goodbye.
needs help with their intake way over there.
Yep, way over
I
there.
don't even
Bye.
know what that means.
Neither do we.
There's just no
Some
answer
weird
there.
angel mumble jumble. I'm just gonna start heading for the door and
All
not
right.
looking behind me.
Yeah, you head for the door.
I mean, is this the point where we need to stop looking behind us?
It's
I
when
don't
you're
know.
leaving the afterlife.
Okay.
Oh, are you guys not supposed to look at me? Am I supposed to go as last?
I don't know.
Is this
Well, hold
Where
on.
did Arinari go? Slippery little fuck.
Well, remember, he said he can't come here or he'd be torn apart because he,
Is
like...
this one of those things where if you look back, I'm gonna stay in the afterworld forever, so you can't really look at me until
think so.
we're done. Okay.
Can we counteract that by putting her in front?
You'd think so. But then we'd have to leave it on her to not look back at us.
Is that how it works? Or is it just for us?
I don't know.
You know, let's not try and mess with the formula. Let's just, Darla, we're going to hold out your nice pretty rock in front of us. It will be our guiding light, our personal sun, so to speak. And we're all going to look straight at that rock, and we're going to walk out of here.
You hear the angel. You know, we could actually make that shine like a sun, or very brightly.
Do it.
I know you are seemingly angelic, but the amount of helpfulness you are offering is suspicious. But that might be more about me.
Do it. Do the thing.
Sure.
Do the
Darla,
magic.
your rock is now a rock of daylight. As a 2-action interact action, it can produce the daylight spell.
Aww.
Do the thing. Do the rock.
Do the rock.
Yeah.
Alright, I head out.
Okay.
Hopefully with Darla in tow.
Darla's like, look at my rock.
Your rock is so amazing, my dear.
It's glowing so bright.
I want to put it in my mouth.
I can't physically stop you from doing
Do you
that,
put it in your mouth,
so-
Darla?
Yeah.
So you know
But I
how
don't
if
eat
you
it.
know how like sometimes people like put like a flashlight in their mouth and it like
Yeah.
it does that. It's literally
You
like
can like
that. Just
see the outline of her
yeah,
teeth
you can
from the
literally
outside.
see it all on Darla. You can literally see it like Darla's skeleton.
Is that good for her?
I mean, you're dead.
Darla spits it back out
Fair
and puts it in
enough.
her
Oh,
mouth. Honey,
oh
you
boy.
want to go next?
That was like an indirect kiss.
That is all yours, dear. You go nuts with that.
Well,
Uh,
hope that
Honey
wasn't
is.
Darla's first kiss.
Hey.
Honey. Now that we're out of the Saren Ray area,
All doors, just all doors, nothing but doors.
I'm gonna. Can I make one more perception check to see if I see
Go for it.
what I'm looking for? Fuck. You know what? I'm using a hero point. I'll take a 25. I'll take a 25.
You don't see anything.
I don't see anything.
Don't see anything.
Dee Dee in Lorgar, would you mind looking after Darla for just a hot second? I just want to ask a few more questions at the information desk.
Will Darla it?
Thank you. Thank you.
Um,
And that's probably the sincerest you've ever heard, honey, is what she says, thank you.
Alrighty.
I approach the information desk. Is Vivian still there?
Standing behind the information desk is a elven woman with gaunt skin, and long sort of elven hair tied up in two side space buns.
I'm not Vivian.
Hello, my name is Viv. Welcome to the help desk. How may we help you today?
Oh, are you not Vivian?
No, I'm Viv.
Gotcha. I was wondering if you could tell me. I was told a lot of stories about what the afterlife would look like if you did certain things or didn't do certain things. What does it look like for members of the flock?
Well, first of all, welcome. I am honestly surprised that you're not on one of our therapy levels.
Oh, I don't need.
Usually, that's usually where members of the flock end up for a little bit of time. There's a certain amount of deprogramming that needs to be done. Oh boy, I'm not usually the one to do this. So, the flock, as a religious organization, and their teachings, many of them are falsehoods. The leaders and the matrons of the flock have produced a sort of false narrative to ensure obedience and participation in their rituals that, in effect, prevent many souls from coming here in a whole state, as it drains the energy from a soul and from someone's life force and transfers it to their own. Think of it as like taking little parts.
Right. I knew about the rituals and what they were for.
That being said, folks are sort of treated as regular individuals, so they do have the opportunity to create their own sort of paradise that they wish to, and sometimes they make it fit to what they were taught while there, sometimes they don't, but there is no set sort of door for the flock. You would have to make your own.
So, technically, you're saying that they were right and that followers do get a certain level of paradise?
I mean, if they were usually after they go through the therapy levels, yes, they eventually achieve it.
Are therapy levels just punishment levels
No,
with a
it's
different coat of paint on them?
there's accredited therapists that like talk to you about the flock. To my understanding, can cause a fair amount of religious trauma, and you know, from my understanding is they have members hunt down people who leave it. So I think any sort of organization that would have that would be one that could cause a certain amount of trauma for a person. And we have people that help people work through that. And if they choose to stick with that sort of afterlife, that sort of idea of paradise, they can. But many of them find their own. I know one former member of the flock has themselves held up with Caden right now.
Darla looks at the person talking and goes, "Look what I can do!" And puts her shining rock in her mouth.
Oh, that's adorable.
That's really special, Darla. Thank you.
I can see why she died.
You know what? It actually wasn't her fault.
Oh.
So deserters.
Well, usually deserters are better off, to be honest.
There's no punishment for.
No, if anything, people who have gotten out of the flock have a little bit of an easier time making it through the therapy levels.
But there's no.
No, I mean, how do I put this? The teachings of the flock are not true in the sense that when people arrive here, if you desert, you will be punished eternally. That is not the case. I don't know if that gives you any sort of reassurance, but
that's fine.
The only thing that many of the members of that flock need to deal with often is the fact that their souls come here incomplete.
Well, what does that mean, hypothetically?
Well, I mean, even yourself, and she like points down to just like the fringe of your outfit. You can see that there's like a little part of it that was missing that wasn't before.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, I mean, that's part of your soul. It's been ripped away from you.
Okay.
And thankfully, it's not a huge amount. I've seen some people who have lost huge amounts of themselves to the flock in the past. They often find themselves, many of them, and unfortunately it makes them ineligible for reincarnation because their souls are incomplete.
And there's no fixing that?
Not while the matrons exist on the material plane or exist in general. They have a hold of those parts, the fragments of soul. It's what allows them their longevity. There's not many creatures and not many beings that trade in the pieces of souls. But every single one of them that I know of, whether it be the Baba Yaga or the flock, they are not good people.
No, I'd imagine not. Thank you.
Do you have any other questions? If you'd like, I know that you're up here on this level, but like the therapy levels are always open.
I don't need. Thank you, but thank you.
She kind of chuckles for a moment at that.
Someone denied
Don't
any therapy
laugh
on
at
this
me.
stream.
That's actually really
No, I'm
rude.
not laughing at you. You're reminding me of another soul that came through here once.
Was it me?
I mean, no.
Honey has deliberately like walked away from the rest of the party so that they don't overhear this because she does not want anyone nosing in on her business.
Your secret is safe with my indifference.
Viv just kind of like reaches her hand out and like takes one of your hands and just holds it. You're safe here. And you will always be safe. The flock cannot find you. And even if they did, they would have no power here.
You have no power here.
McKenna, I'm not sure what adjective to put there. What? Hold on, we got a purple background today. Okay. McKenna the Violet.
I'll take it. So, I'm assuming that means that we can't do anything about them from here either.
That would be the case. You can observe them. There's observation floor. There's places that you can observe the world of the living in many of the paradises.
What good is that if you can't do anything about it?
Some people find it comforting to watch their loved ones. There was once one woman I knew who sat beside the pool and watched the person they loved for many years until they passed.
Sad. Well.
Did not like trees.
Sorry?
They did not like trees.
Okay. Thank you for that.
You kind of fixate on a few. You kind of fixate on a few things in the afterlife.
Gotcha. Okay. Super crazy information that I've just received.
Yes, like I said, that's why.
Thank you.
Like here, it just like hands you this like card. If you need to talk to someone, just think about it.
Thank you, but no thank you. I'm gonna go.
All right. We're here for
She
you
walks
when you're
away.
ready.
Ugh, she walks away.
All right, you walk away. The help desk disappears.
All right, Lorgar, Didi, Darla, let's get going.
Alrighty.
All right. Do we have to take any sort of checks not to look back, or is it enough that as we say we don't look back?
Well, where are you going?
Well,
I don't know. We'll pick a random door, see what happens.
through the door we came in.
There's no door there.
Oh shit.
You just
Is there
appeared.
where is the door?
There's a door right beside you.
All right, we'll go through that door.
You open the door, it's the sun.
All right, well, don't let Darla see that one.
It's the same door you just came through. The Serenite door.
Well, let's go back.
Well, let's not go
5
that door
doors
then. Why would we go
down
there?
and
Okay.
Yeah.
out to the front lobby where we first
I
came
thought
in.
that door would have been behind
You're just
us.
sort of like in like the central area there. There's no door where you were standing there. You just appeared there. There was no door. You just jumped through a portal and that spatial rift is gone.
Son of a bitch. How do we
I
get
mean-
back?
Hold on. I got an idea. And I put both hands on Honey's shoulder. You have a special connection with someone who's waiting for us. You have a sibling. Use your sibling powers.
I'm just imagining like the trunks and the
I checked to see if Lorgar's pupils are especially dilated. Are you fucking smoking something, Lorgar?
Does it look like this is I'm in the druid's heaven where you could do that sort of thing?
sibling
Technically,
complex
you're a
go.
druid, ain't you?
Yeah, but does this look like the druid's
And you're in heaven, ain't you?
There's like
Not mine.
there's a very large door you can see that just has like a bipedal bear that's just like
I choose to ignore that. I'm telling you, I have no interest in druid heaven.
Well, what kind of heaven are you looking into?
I will tell you that when we get to know each other a little better. Use your sibling powers. Find the connection.
Fine. I'll try something. You know, I never did pick a cantrip, but this was the one that I was going to pick anyway. I'm gonna try to message Christine.
That doesn't sound like sibling power, but okay.
nothing.
We ain't got no sibling power, okay? That's really
Have you ever
weird,
tried?
Lorgar. I just tried and I felt really fucking stupid.
I think you tried to do some sort of cantrip. I don't think you tried to use your sibling connection.
I don't even know what a cantrip is. I don't do cantrips. I don't wiggle my fingers and cast little magic spells and magic sparkles or whatever. That's your business.
I have never wiggled my fingers to make a spell.
Okay, wiggled your little claws or whatever you want to call them.
Now, we're
Fingers
getting a
was
little
not the operative
heated
word in that
here.
sentence.
Darla's just like playing with her rock.
Spitting it out, putting it back in her mouth. It's all
All right,
slobbery.
all right. I'm gonna try something
You
because
try something. You do that.
we do have the assistance here of a spirit that was unexpected but might have powers unknown to us. I'm gonna reach into my ghostly hood because we're all ghosts here. I'm gonna pull out little old cat. All right, there, cute little thing. We got you a nice new body back on the material plane. Show us the way with your extra animal senses back to it.
The cat starts meandering towards the door.
Delightful.
It
Follow
just
that.
Pause at
cat.
it a bit.
Follow that cat spirit. I trust this cat.
Do you open the door?
I'm gonna open it a smidge.
You open a smidge, and there is fresh air on the other side of it.
All right, open it a smidge more.
You begin to see a wooded path.
I mean, pleasant, but not where our bodies are.
And in the distance of that wooden path, in the middle of a clearing, you see a wooden cabin as the spirit of the cat just kind of slips in and starts walking towards it.
Well, that means... Largar, your little cat thing isn't doing what you're telling it to do.
I mean, I was trying something. Anyone else got any ideas?
Plus, isn't that the nature of cats?
Something.
Huh?
Isn't that the nature of cats?
Thanks for everything. I guess I'll make do with more of an autonomous Salt. I'm not going to deny you what you want, cat. So.
Salt just kind of like turns and comes back to you and just jumps on.
Oh, well, that was very nice of you. Here, take one big breath of the air on the other side of that door. All right, now I'm going to close that door.
Fair enough.
I guess we could go to the help desk.
I suppose we could.
Meander on back to the help desk, chagrin upon my facial features.
There is an elven woman there with gaunt skin. And her hair this time is in pigtails.
Pigtails or twin tails?
The two. Like the Hatsune the Miku.
I mean, I think those are twin tails, but...
Twin tails.
Yeah. Is it a matter of length?
No.
Okay.
I'm completely way to say it.
Hold
I've
on.
never heard them called twin tails outside of the anime community. Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. I'm assuming you're either maybe V or
Vivian.
Vivian, excuse me. If one wanted to make their way back to the material plane, how would one do that?
I would personally recommend, if you're ready for reincarnation, the reincarnation level.
No, nothing like that. Say we ended up here on accident.
Oh, there's no accidents. This is the plane of death.
Yes, but you see, we were deceived by a very tricksy person who couldn't even come with us here. They were a terrible ne'er-do-well, and we feel that we don't belong here quite yet. It's not natural for us to be here.
If you'd like, I can refer you to one of our therapists on a therapy level.
That has nothing to do with what I just said.
Can you help anyone in a way that is not recommending them go to a therapy level?
I mean, I can help people find afterlives that they seek.
So see, the thing is, we're alive.
No, you're very dead. You're here.
No, we took an alternate route.
All right, we're not getting anything useful out of this person. Let's forget.
Ever heard of someone named Ari Nari?
Oh boy.
I have heard one of our denizens complain about them a fair amount.
Yeah, they helped us get here, and now we're supposed to go back.
All while not looking back at a certain person.
Yeah.
Well, if you need a connection to material plane, unfortunately, we cannot provide that ourselves. The entity that brought you here would normally do so, and they look towards Honey. And unfortunately, if you did take the reincarnation route, not all of you would be able to go. It points towards Honey.
Obviously, shut up.
Your friend here is missing part of their soul.
Shut up.
Let's
No one
let's move
asked.
let's move away from the help desk. This is not conducive to any sort of solution.
Do you know where you lost it?
Oh boy.
She doesn't know what she's talking about, Dee Dee. Obviously.
It's very possible that many of the people at the help desk are not even fully sentient and more of a function of the afterlife.
Well, she's clearly fucking unhinged. She thinks she's at least 3 different people. Vivian, Vivian, Viv, it's all the same person.
I'm going to file that under not our problem.
Guess I can try cantripping Arinari.
No
Messaging
answer.
Arinari, be like, you rancid son of a bitch. Where the fuck are we?
Can I do some sort of arcana check?
Yeah, you can make an Arcana check.
23.
Well, Lorgar, you are spirits in the afterlife right now.
Yes.
There are a number of sort of magical rituals that can get you back to the physical material plane, but you don't really know any of them off the top of your head.
All right.
It looks as though you may need to find them. Or find another way.
Well, this was supposed to be an afternoon. Why didn't we just raise her from the dead as an undead monster?
Oh. Thought it might be better if she had all of her functional faculties and whatnot. Sorry, Darla.
I'm just saying there were probably some advantages that might have outweighed the disadvantages, like not having to breathe. That would have been pretty cool.
Still
Darla, do you
standing.
like breathing, dear?
I guess.
Have you ever? I'm not going to ask the other.
Now that you're
Have you ever tried not? No,
by the
don't
way,
answer that.
now that you're all thinking about it, you're not breathing.
Well, of course not. We're
Oh,
spirits.
shit.
I probably couldn't pee if I wanted to. I'm not going to try. I am going to go, and in the direction that we came from when there was the thing that we jumped through, we came out in an area, then we walked into the reception area. I'm going to go to the approximate area that we entered. I'm going to sit down on the floor, and I'm just going to start staring off into space and start thinking about possible solutions to all this. I refuse to engage with the afterlife unless I am forced to.
Your cat kind of like wanders off of you, Lorgar, and starts like wandering between the doors a little bit as you're doing this.
Cool.
Did we follow the cat?
He's not really going nowhere. He's just having a good time.
What was the point of eating those crystals?
Well, those I think probably killed us induced a death-like state enough for us to get here.
What if
What
we
do you
try
think?
hacking them back up? Do you think that would work?
Are we
Maybe.
sort of semi-transparent?
No, you're still fully bodied.
Yeah, I mean, they said we brought some of our stuff along, so maybe you
What
never know.
if what if I blew us all up now? Would we go back to our bodies?
No, I believe Arinari said that would kill us, remember?
Well, yeah, but we're the ones doing it.
Honey, try Heimlicking me.
God, just stick your finger down your throat, Dee Dee.
I hate to break it to you, but I don't got none.
A throat?
Fingers?
No! Gag reflex! I'm a bard, damn it.
Oh, that's where that's going.
Oh, Dee Dee, you admit things that I would not say on my death. But I was going to say I would take it to my grave, but we sort of did. We're sort of there, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I believe I have some charcoal. That's how I did it with Darla.
Just one.
Now,
As-
before we do anything else, can I agree the first chance we get when we're done with our current mission, we make it our mission to destroy Arinari entirely? Let's remove his soul from existence, possibly, so he
See,
can
we're in
never
first
come back.
place.
Nothing more.
you all hate Arinari.
Well,
Gee,
Oh,
I wonder why.
you understand why we hate Arinari?
As you're all kind of like standing in the circle there, just like commiserating.
Don't you remember when we first met Arinari and our first reaction was, I don't like this guy? That was a good feeling.
Hecate, also known as Salt, pause at that same door and just kind of like slips in.
The forest path one.
Mm-hmm.
Here, kitty kitty.
Can I try to hack up my crystal?
Go for it.
I don't know whether that's a fortitude save that I have to fail.
He's not gonna let you do it.
I will say you hack it up. It's just in your hand.
It doesn't do anything now that it's not inside me.
It's just there.
Don't worry about it, Dee Dee. It doesn't do nothing.
Science.
Well, since we got nothing better to do, why don't we follow
the kitty?
Yeah, let's follow the cat, I suppose.
Sure. Darla, we're going on a wild goose chase. Or
Okay,
cat
there's a
chase,
goose in heaven?
suppose.
I mean, it's very possible. Unless they all go to hell. Maybe goose are all evil.
Hey,
Canadian
help
ones
desk
are.
lady.
The help desk reappears.
Canadian? What's that?
Standing behind it is a male figure this time with short red hair. Hello, this is the help desk. My name is Viv Leon. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Wait, we didn't go to the help desk, did we?
Do geese go to heaven?
Oh, that's why we went to the help desk.
No, they are known as devil chickens for a reason.
So they just go straight to.
Well, they
punishment.
return to the nine hells.
Oh, so they're
What
extra
does one
planar.
have to do to go to the nine hells?
Usually be a
Because-
devil or be related to a devil or make a deal with a devil.
Oh, interesting. Okay, thank you. Goodbye. I leave.
Goodbye.
Quick.
Disappears.
Turn the desk over and run.
Yeah. Flip the desk.
The desk is
All right,
attached to the floor.
Lorgar, you want to follow that
What
cat? Let's
floor?
follow that cat.
As you pop open that door, you see a forest path heading towards a log cabin. And the log cabin has like smoke coming out from it.
Oh, is there any change in us when we walk through the door?
No, you're still yourselves.
Does this place look like a variation of the afterlife waiting room, or does it look
No, it's like
real?
big, real world. Like there's sun, there's like light, there's trees,
Well,
there's everything.
guess we're gonna...
If you want, you can make me a nature or society check.
Nope, 12.
12.
Come on.
Guess
come
we're gonna go.
on.
Nope,
We're gonna go
10.
haunt someone.
Nature or what's my society like? Oh god, we're doing nature. Hot damn!
All right. None of you can get an idea as to where this is.
What about Darla?
Darla, do you want to make a nature or society check?
Okay.
Watch it, nat 20.
Nat 20, right here. Nat
That'd
20.
be funny.
It's loading. Do do do.
Come on, roll 20.
Do do do.
Come on, roll 20, it's time to serve.
15.
15, higher than any of us.
Unfortunately, not high enough to recognize this area.
Aye.
But you do, as you enter the door, closes, it remains there. You can hear the sounds of chopping wood. And you can see this like beautiful pond outside the front of it that's been like dug out by hand that has some like rocks on the side. And a number of those like sort of like crystals, very similar to what Arinari had, sticking out of the ground, acting as like sort of lights.
Hello?
There is no
Howdy.
answer. There is no answer. You were very far away.
Also, possibly ghosts.
Go up and knock on the door.
You do hear like the sound of chopping wood coming from like the other side of the log cabin.
Going up?
But
Well,
there's
that
also a
makes-
door. What would you prefer to do? Knock on the door, log
Knock
cabin.
on the door.
Yeah, you knock on the door.
Physically?
Yeah, physically.
Hmm.
And after a few moments, the door opens up. And standing in front of you is a young girl.
Hi.
Hello.
Sorry to disturb you. Do you have any parents home?
Well, the person who like takes care of me is around the back. They're chopping wood. If you like, I could show you to them.
Yeah, that'd be real nice. That way we don't, sneak up on a person wielding an axe.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, I've
they're
seen.
they're really effective with it.
No, thank you, kindly.
Oh yeah, this
Lead
like
the way.
child begins leading the way. Yeah, they took care of me because I beat my family here.
Oh.
Yeah, well, not to here specifically, but here in general. They do that to like a lot of young folks. Apparently, they're waiting for people. And like as you turn the corner, there is a incredibly muscular woman.
Well, howdy.
Standing there, sort of short red hair, a eye patch covering one eye, and as they turn to look at you, that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oral.
I have very mixed feelings about this.
Aww.
Also, like, this is weird because they're supposed to be canonically dead at this point, I thought.
They are.
They are.
This is just their little pocket universe. Their little pocket afterlife.
Oh, but I thought we had stepped into the real world. That was the question I asked. I am very
No.
confused.
No, this is not the real world yet.
Then how are we
Deceptive.
interacting with things? We're ghosts. What are the rules?
There are no such thing as ghosts.
Damn it.
Because we're still in the ghost world, we can still interact with everything. Everything here is dead.
Then why did it look like the real world?
Christine is actually in the Phantom of the Opera.
See, I feel like that Rick and Morty meme, like, in and out, 20-minute adventure. 20-minute resurrection. In and out.
Not today.
I
Well,
want to get back to my dungeon crawl.
thank you all for coming to tonight's episode of Wild Ambition. Join us next time for our lovely afterlife adventures. Thank you all so much for coming. Don't forget to check out our many other shows here on the channel, like The Astral Calling, like Stardew Sundays, Cozy Co-op Sunday, Cozy Co-op is what I named the stream, Cozy Co-op, The Strength of Thousands AP, and of course Wild Ambition every Wednesday. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, come back now, you hear?
Bye, y'all.